But why hype him up, make him, he's the main event on Raw back-to-back weeks, and then, you lost your title, after, a short title stint. To me, that's defeating the purpose. I would have kept it on. I would have kept the belt on him for a long period of time. If they do it the right way, maybe they have this little feud where they go back and forth, and then Enzo gets it back, and then by that point, we all forget about the he can't wrestle anybody because that doesn't apply anymore. So then he can wrestle other guys again. That's the only thing that works for me, because Kalisto as champion, I don't take it serious.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. The cruiserweights for a while had some of the more legit, credible wrestlers as their champions. They had Neville, they had Austin Aries, some of these guys that hardcore wrestling
got
fans.
The championship, which is a shame. Austin Aries, he should have gotten the.
Yes,
he should have.
He was in the matches with Neville.
He should have gotten the damn championship, and it sucks because they lose both of them.
And you have these people who are actually credible amongst a ton of hardcore wrestling fans, and then with both of them gone, your new cruiserweight champion is Kalisto. His main number one contender is Enzo Amore. It seems like this 205 Live thing has changed. It's like the ECW gimmick, where ECW was this like TV MA hardcore, like for mature audiences only, and when ECW ended up dying under the hands of WWE, it was like the Big Show taking on Bobby Lashley. At the end, you're like, that's not where we started. Yeah, that's not anywhere what the principle of this is. And that's, to me, what, 205 Live, like you have, like I said, Neville and Austin Aries and even TJP coming off of this tournament.
It brought some legitimacy to it.
Yeah. And now we have Enzo and Kalisto, which is essentially a kickoff match on SmackDown.
Yeah,
what it was like a year ago.
A year
ago, it was two. These are action figure guys. That's what I like to call them as. They're the guys that the kids love to buy their action figures and play with.
But Enzo's
and
gimmick
have the kickoff
was good,
matches.
Though. His gimmick's good, though.
Yeah, his gimmick is good.
Kalisto, what's his gimmick? I just want to, and I love the fact
I look
that
like Rey Mysterio.
Exactly. I mean, I like the fact that he
and I look exactly like Sin Cara, and we're really just the exact same person. I mean, I give Kalisto, he's got a little bit of different mask, but for a while, him and Sin Cara were the exact same person.
Yeah, that's very true. And the thing with
I made the comment when they got drafted, Kalisto went to one, Sin Cara went to the other, and I said, it's like trading an apple for an apple.
Yeah, what are you still getting? You still get an apple. Yeah. What's the real deal out of that,
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see where that goes. So, I do kind of like the shake-up a little bit. It's crazy, though. What is it now, 3 weeks in a row? Raw, or the Cruiserweights, are leading or ending Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
this is a really unique idea from Monday Night Raw. It's a really unique thing.
It's kind of
especially
bold.
Seeing that the Cruiserweights have their own TV show, so you're making them the main event of Raw.
I think it's
they have their own TV show.
I think it's kind of bold because I would have, if I was booking it, I would have the Shield as the last part of the show.
And I just want to finish on this segment before we take a break, is that, to be honest with you, I think the Cruiserweights ending Raw doesn't help 205 Live because of the fact that somebody like me, I just feel like now I don't have to watch 205 Live because I feel if there's anything important going on in the Cruiserweights, it's happening on Raw. Yeah. Before, I felt like these matches were taking place in 205 Live, all the major storylines. For example, they'd have the Cruiserweights, but any sort of contract signings or anything related to Cruiserweights was on 205 Live. Now the important business is on Raw. 205 Live is essentially just a filler waste show. Yeah. So I don't know if it's helping 205 Live. I think it's doing quite the opposite. But when we return from break, we will get back with our three questions of the week, including our Twitter question of the week. We're going to talk a little more about those Cruiserweights when we return, as this is the Heel to Face podcast on Sports War Radio, Rat Pack Radio, and iTunes.
The New York Jets are rising and are ready to compete in the AFC. Boyd Green and Ty Butler will give you everything you need to know about the Jets every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. From reviewing the previous game and looking ahead to the next matchup, to all of the news and 4 downs, the Jet Zone has everything. Follow @BoyGreen25 and @TyDButler on Twitter. Proud member of Sports War Radio. Let the battle begin.
This program is simulcast on WRPR Rat Pack Radio. Go to ratpacksports.com for more information.
Do you want to stay up to date on the latest sports news, come check out After the Whistle from 4 to 5 p.m. every Friday night. We talk about the NHL, we talk about the NFL, we talk about the MLB, you name it, we got it. Tune in on Sports War Radio.
Now is the time to get your voice heard. Sports War Radio is now accepting applications for driven and knowledgeable sports fans who want to start their very own podcast about their favorite team. Sports War Radio has an international audience and is growing fast. Don't miss the chance to become the go-to news source for your favorite team. Email sportswarradio@gmail.com and tell us why you would be a great addition to our team. Sports War Radio. Let the battle begin.
Now is the time to get your voice heard. Sports War Radio is now accepting applications for driven and knowledgeable sports fans who want to start their very own podcast about their favorite team. Sports War Radio has an international audience and is growing fast. Don't miss the chance to become the go-to news source for your favorite team. Email sportswarradio@gmail.com and tell us why you would be a great addition to our team. Sports War Radio. Let the battle begin.
Let's get back to the action. This is the Heel to the Face podcast on Sports War Radio.
That'll kill some time on your program. The Finn Balor entrance to bring us back into the 3 count, the 3 questions that we have for this week, including our Twitter question of the week, where we are going to start things off. And this was a pretty close one this past week, as we mentioned before break. We're getting back to the cruiserweights. Austin Aries, Neville, they're both gone now. Austin Aries reportedly left on Monday night right before Raw. Some say he got fired. Some say he quit. Some say he wasn't fired, but he's, either way, from most reports, 100% gone from WWE. So the question of the week is, if you can only bring back one cruiserweight, it means you can only have one, folks, your WrestleMania 33 Cruiserweight Championship match, Austin Aries versus Neville, both are gone. Which one are you taking? 56% fans said Aries, 44% said Neville.
That's very close, very split.
So which one are you taking?
I'm in the 50% or 56%. I got Aries. I
got Aries?
I love Austin Aries, man. That guy's a hell of a wrestler. And that's not anything against Neville, but I don't think WWE used Aries in the right way.
I agree. I have Austin Aries as well because I feel that Austin Aries has more potential outside of just ability.
Yeah,
he's better on the mic. I mean,
yeah, he's great on the mic.
Remember, before they had him competing, he was one of the voices of 205 Live.
Yeah, he was on the commentary. Yeah.
So they have more uses for him than just Neville is a great competitor. Neville's exciting to watch, but Austin Aries, I feel, is more versatile.
Yeah. I would say that. I mean, Neville in the in-ring is fantastic, but so is Austin Aries. I don't think Neville is that great on the mic. Austin Aries, why would you put him on the commentary, on the commentary table if he is not a good talker? You know what I mean? So to me, he's the total package. He's proven it in his whole career. He's been in the business a very long time. And I think WWE did him wrong, and I don't think they used him the right way. He should have gotten at least one cruiserweight. And hell, not even just cruiserweight. He should have been maybe an Intercontinental or United States champion. That's how high I think of Austin Aries.
He could have definitely been better than just the cruiserweight. So I have Austin Aries as well. So that's pretty quick this week. So we move on to question number 2. So WWE and the 2K, the company that makes 2K, I believe they're Take-Two. I'm not familiar right off the bat here. But either way, WWE engineering behind the 2K games and the creators of the game have asked the Young Bucks to come in and do their poses and do all the motion capturing to be in the game because they find that most fans through the online capabilities are trying to create the Young Bucks tag team more than anybody else. And to make the game more realistic and better for the fans of the game, they thought it would be nice if the Young Bucks came in and actually did some of those motion...
So sign into a damn contract.
So did some of those motion capturing for the game, and then when people create them, you're creating something essentially like they're already created there for you, like a hidden character. So my question is essentially similar to what you just said. The Young Bucks. Now there's probably some money in it, and I'm not saying they make a lot of money on the independent circuit. I think they're doing okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should they say exactly what you just said? Similar. No, you want us. Buy us.
Buy the whole thing.
Yes.
You're not getting the part of the package. You're gonna pay for the whole damn thing.
Now
Simple
I know
as
that the people who make the video game are obviously separate from the people who are associated with WWE.
Yeah, but if you're going to use their likeness in a certain way,
that's what you're doing. You're using their likeness.
Yeah, I mean, look at what they did with the NCAA football games for the game consoles. They got rid of them because the player, the NCAA players, like, well,
the difference is they'll be paying these guys. Yeah. They didn't say, like, let's say a football player or Blake Griffin.
You should get
they
paid.
didn't say, come on in, do your motion capturing, and then, we're not paying you. They are actually inviting these guys in with a check.
They're getting paid, but they're not playing, so to speak. They're getting paid to, okay, we're going to use your likeness in the video game, but, oh, well, you know what? We don't want you to collect a paycheck in the WWE then. I mean, to me, it defeats the purpose. If you're going to use my likeness in any... If say I was a wrestler and you're going to use my likeness, my gimmick, maybe my catchphrases, maybe the signs that fans make, that are
but
mine.
Man, they're paying you for them. It's not like they're just taking them.
I don't care.
They're giving you money.
I don't
care.
They're
just not going to give you.
Give me the contract. If you're going to use my stuff in the game, I want to be a WWE superstar. That's the way the Young Bucks should think of it. That's the way I would look at it. To me, you're either buying the whole thing or buying nothing at all. Because they probably make enough money in the independent circuit. They're in high demand. They're one of the premier talents in the world right now. That's not in WWE.
And you know what? Most importantly is even if they go in there, they're not going to be essentially featured. It's people creating them.
I know, but still.
So no, I'm saying on behalf of the fact that I would hold out because it's people creating them. So meaning if they don't come in and do this, the people who want them are still going to create them. They're not going to create them to the grand scheme of if they were really in the game. The fans of the game are going to say, I wish the Young Bucks were more realistic. But that's going to be the benefit for when they're in WWE. So the Young Bucks can't even look at it as like, well, it is good advertising, because it's not good advertising, because they're never going to actually mention you in the game. The only way you're going to get mentioned is if they create you and that person is creating you. That's their self. If I make a drawing on the wall and put it in my house, that never left. It's never being advertised. So the Young Bucks, outside of that paycheck, they can't look there's no positives to doing this.
No.
Outside of the paycheck for doing the motion capturing, they can't say, well, we're getting our name out there. You're not getting your name out there. You're an invisible partner.
And to me, a lot of the hardcore fans would say you're selling out at that point. I think as well, because yeah, I'll take the quick paycheck because you can use our likeness, our moves, our moveset, all that stuff. But you're not going to give us a chance in the actual business side of it. I think to some fans it might be selling
outside
out.
of the paycheck. There's nothing in it long term for the Young Bucks.
You either get the whole package or
doesn't
you get
their name out there.
No.
Now, I would have to say if they were going to use them in the game, where they actually mention that, like, not just their likeness, but they actually say, we want you to be in the game, but you're not under WWE contract, meaning that they're going to be the Young Bucks in the game as a playable tag team.
I don't like that.
I would say that would be more beneficial for the Young Bucks, because then that is advertising. That is the people who don't know who they are and pick up this game. They would actually see them.
Then if you're going to put them in a game, make them a WWE superstar.
But I could see a positive for the Young Bucks still doing that, saying, listen, hey, this is going to get our name out there for people who don't know who we are. But under the way that they currently have it now, it's not. It says we want to have you in here for people who find you. That's the idea. For people who already know who you are, for people who already own your T-shirts, for people who are not going to give you any more additional. So I agree.
Then make an independent wrestling game then.
Well, they have before those Fire Pro Wrestling games used to come out where people used to create everybody.
Then have like a super game where you have Ring of Honor, New Japan in there.
There's not enough in it for the Young Bucks. There's more in it for them to hold out. And
get that WWE contract, baby.
Yeah, because again, if the WWE always says we're what fans demand, well, if WWE, the makers of the video game, are saying the fans are demanding this, then
guess
there you
what?
go.
Hey, Vince, open up the damn checkbook and you bring them in, and you know what? What not to get too far, real quick. Would you put them on Raw or SmackDown?